Hey, what's up everyone? DJ Sterf here, and just going over secret animatronics, and this will be version 1.1 of the guide, just correcting some things from the last one and making this one shorter. So I'll show you some clips from version 1.0 that pertain, and correcting some things from the last one, making things more specific here as well. So secret animatronics, there's 6 of them spawned in, always during 50/20 mode. So at the start of the night, you'll very soon see XOR. And apparently, XOR always shows up in 50/20 mode, and very rarely otherwise. I haven't encountered that in my gameplay, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I just did really early on, but apparently you can get XOR at some other random points when you're playing. But XOR can appear at 11 seconds in, 21, 31, 41, all that, okay? And basically, if XOR shows up at 101 or even really 51, you're not going to have much of a shot with the current strategy because you got to be on cam 2 by 1 minute 5 seconds. Otherwise, the plush animatronic that spawns on cam 2 is going to attack. So you got to scare Plushtrap off of the chair, and that's going to be the main cam drain, other than death coining Funtime Foxy. If you want to see more on the death coin, you can go see my death coin video. But let's talk about some of the dynamics here. XOR. If XOR shows up at 11 seconds in, you're going to see new challengers every 7 seconds after appearing. So you're going to see one at 18, one at 25, one at 32, 39, 46, and 53. And the order that I think they show up in, you have Plushtrap. Plushtrap sits in a chair on cam 6. Let's put that in there. There's a grace period where Plushtrap won't attack. And if you're trying to go to cam 6 after that grace period, even if you're trying to scare Plushtrap after that point, it doesn't matter. Plushtrap's going to jump scare you. So you got to be kind of prompt in scaring Plushtrap off the chair. So get to cam 6 as soon as possible and as soon as safely possible. But how to get rid of Plushtrap, you just stay on camera 6 for about 1.6 to 1.7 seconds. You don't have to mouse over Plushtrap or hit the flashlight or anything like that. I would actually recommend it against using your flashlight, because if your mouse is on the right half of the screen and you hit flash, most likely Nightmare BB is not standing up at that point, and you're going to get jump scared by Nightmare BB. So you just have to be on that camera and then stay on there 1.6 to 1.7 seconds. That occurs once per night, and once you scare Plushtrap off the chair, Plushtrap is gone for the whole night, okay? Phantom Mangle and Phantom BB are kind of annoying because if either one is on that camera and you're past that grace period, you can't switch off the camera. You're going to have to do a cam flip. And at that point, too, you get to check after that whether Golden Freddy's there and whether Nightmare BB is standing up and all that. So there's a lot going on. You also have to close the vent to get rid of either BB or JJ, because at AI 20, they're usually in the vent every time you do a cam flip, which is kind of a blessing and a curse in some ways, because if you need to collect coins, that's a great way of collecting coins. But if you need to do quick cam flips, that hurts. So you can't do that, kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's 1, you're doing a lot of camera flips if you're doing 420 mode. That's pretty much a necessity in that mode, but you can't do that here, okay? So you got to be a little more calculated. But again, you just stay on the camera, cam 6 for 1.6 to 1.7 seconds, and Plushtrap will go exit stage right. And that'll be it. RWQFSFASXC, Shadow Bonnie, appears in the office and makes the office background dark for about 20 seconds. Let's say 20 or 21 seconds, because that's more accurate. And I think the flickering and then boom, total loss of the background of the office, that's probably the start of the 20 seconds, but that happens once per night. Usually after the first cam flip, you will see, like after RWQ spawns in. Also notice Shadow Bonnie, and yes, I did spell it right. You can go to Five Nights at Freddy's World. The whole spelling is that. It's funny too, because I've commented about the abbreviation on the menu says RXQ, and I'm like, man, it really should be RWQ. But the whole name, if you get the frame in Five Nights at Freddy's World where it says "Say my name," it's spelled that, RWQFSFASXC, and it's really just a key mash with the left hand. And so Scott named Springtrap, what is it, DGHGH or something like that. And it's just weird object names, like just getting a name there and then not filling it in later. So that would drive me nuts, but that's just, I guess, how he works. So anyway, Shadow Bonnie appears there, RWQ, and that occurs once per night, early, and probably as a second challenger, because after the first cam flip, after that appearance, you'll see RWQ, and you just have to exist. It doesn't really change much. However, you're just going to make sure that you see Nightmare BB, because if Rockstar Freddy's there and RWQ is there as well, then yeah, it's going to be very hard to see whether Nightmare BB is sitting or standing. You just got to know what each one looks like, okay? Whether to flash Nightmare BB or not before the next camera flip. And that's it for RWQFSFASXC. That's it for that one. All right, number 3 is Nightmare Chica. You'll see Jaws chomp down on you, and all you have to do is hit Power AC, which is the 4 key, and then the Jaws will slowly come back up. You have to get the Jaws off of the screen, though. That's the only thing. That occurs once per night, usually as a third challenger, and I think always as a third challenger. That's pretty consistent, and right away as well. And if you're in a camera, you can't see the Jaws, so that's just something to watch out for. Just be conscious of that. And the longer the Jaws are down, the longer it's going to take for the Power AC to get rid of that. Okay? So the earlier you get rid of those Jaws, the better. Just make sure that you're not overlapping the time in which the music box needs to be on, because Chica can be very mad if you don't have the music box on at every 15.0 interval. All right, and I have a video on that as well, the juggling, the music box, the global music box, and the power generator and all that. Also, you have Bonnet, the 4th animatronic here, spawns in and might appear for 10 seconds after. It might appear 10 seconds after spawn. I think that's pretty much what happens, because I believe Lolbit does the same thing as number 6. Bonnet walks right to left on your screen, and let's see. Okay, so it's going to be this way because I'm mirrored. And you just click on Bonnet's nose before Bonnet exits the screen, otherwise you get jump scared by Bonnet. You just got to watch out for Nightmarion, because you can be like, yay, I got this, and then Nightmarion has different plans. So that's about it. It's just Bonnet appears multiple times per night. I think it's about 3, but I'm not sure exactly what a hard and fast rule is in terms of the timing and the random variables or whatever. Minireenas, they spawn and appear on the first camera flip after their new challenger message. So once they're there, after you do one cam flip, they appear on your screen. There are 4 of them just hanging out, and that's really it. They appear for about 55 seconds and then just fade out. And the thing you got to watch out for is Phantom Freddy, because you can very easily lose Phantom Freddy's progress. You're thinking about, okay, well, let me stall Bonnie out a little bit on the table, and then all of a sudden Phantom Freddy startles you. And the problem there is if there's a vent animatronic there, or even Mangle or Withered Chica, they're all going to be like party time in your office. And if Ennard, Molten Freddy, or Springtrap, any of those are there, then yeah, they're going to also jump scare you, and that'll be the end of the night. So something to watch out for. Just keep the flashlight in mind when Minireenas are there, as well as watch out for Nightmarion. As always, you can easily lose track of where your mouse is because you're focused on, well, can I see? Everyone else is pretty easy to see. You just kind of go back and forth on the screen. Just make sure your mouse isn't on a really dumb place, because Nightmarion preys on that. Lolbit is the last one, and all you gotta do is type LOL, and that's it. I believe Lolbit spawns in 10 seconds after you see the new challenger has arrived or appeared or whatever, and that's about it. Then it's just once per night. It's just moving your hand off the keys. It's easier with Old Man Consequences because the C key is right under D, so you just hit C and you're done. But you got to time it. But you can spam C if you want. The ads are the worst, though. Like, you got to go all the way over to enter, and that's just, yeah. Anyway, I go off my mouse to hit the enter key, but the ads will appear every 10-second interval, possibly. So if you're seeing like 9.9, 19.9, 29.9, or whatever, you're like, okay, an ad might be coming, and maybe a phone call as well. So just keep in mind those things can happen. And if you're at the 30s, 1 minute, and all that, you also got to hear, is Afton going to attack? Is Ballora on either channel or whatever? So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to go to some clips that are going to show the dynamics of these animatronics in real time that I think will be helpful. And I hope this fixes up the 1.0 video I had and is more specific. Again, XOR spawns in these animatronics, all 6 during 50-20 mode rather. 520. 50-20 mode, you get 50 animatronics at 20 difficulty. Each one is worth 50 times 20 times 10, because you get 50 animatronics at 20 difficulty times 10 points per skill point, and or AI difficulty, and then you end up with 10,000 base. But then you also get 6 animatronics spawned in by XOR at 10 difficulty apiece, so you get 6 times 10 times 10, and that ends up with an extra 600. So the max score is 10,600. Again, if you use a death coin, you can watch my death coin video. You do get the points for that animatronic, so if you get rid of Funtime Foxy, who is another camera hog, it's very logical to do. And yeah, it's very doable. We've all done it. So everyone who's done it, congratulations. And again, thanks for the shout outs and all that. that anytime I've been a help. So I hope that I can help more people finish this mode. Again, purpose of these videos. It's a very straightforward mode in terms of the skill, but the only thing is there are some random circumstances that, one, can prevent you from winning, two, RNG elements that make it extremely frustrating. You just got to get a perfect scenario. It's not all that bad, but if XOR shows up way too late and Plushtrap's not there for you to get to Cam 2 in time, that's a problem. If Toy Freddy wants to run, that's a problem. If Rockstar Bonnie wants to show up, that's another problem. If Withered Bonnie is like insta kill, then that's or you know, like requires too much time with the mask on and it's just unreasonable, then that's another problem. And Foxy especially. Foxy is just really annoying. So yeah, I haven't found a hard and fast way to keep Foxy out for good, but even when flipping consistently early with Foxy on the table and all that is just, yeah, sometimes you get 2 or 3 pieces of Foxy in the room and it's like, what? So I don't know. And in Small Matthew's video as well, no pieces of Foxy got in. Like, I don't know. I need some Foxy repellent. Like, it's got to be something like off for insects, but something for animatronics or something like that. I mean, I really wish I had water with either sugar in it or salt or whatever, and then I just dump it on Foxy, and then all of a sudden it's like, zzz, zzz, zzz. It's like, oh yay, problem solved. Maybe we should have turned on the sprinklers and put some salt in it or some sugar in it or something, you know? Something to make it a little bit more conductive and ruin the animatronics. I'm sure that would be a pricey thing, but I think a human life is more costly than that. Hopefully. So you see a few things here. Plushtrap spawns in. Plushtrap is definitely one of the first 2, and I believe he's the first. You got to get Plushtrap out of there. To get Plushtrap out of there, you're just going to have to sit there on the camera. You don't have to click him or do anything, and wait 1.6 seconds or so, and then he just flees, and then you just move cameras and you're done. But RWQFSFASXC, that's another name for Shadow Bonnie, all the way from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. That was actually the, I guess, object name that people found in a decompile, and so that's been his name since. And yeah, that's that's that one over there. All right, and then first cam flip, you're gonna see Shadow Bonnie, RWQ, get rid of the office background. That's basically it for RWQ. RWQ makes that office background flicker, and then it's black. And it's black for about 20 to 21 seconds. And that's basically it. You just have to sit there. You don't do anything against or whatever. RWQ is just such a random animatronic. I really like RWQ. And notice here too, let me show another thing to watch out for with RWQ, because you see here, like, Nightmare BB is slouched over, but he's very hard to see. You got to know the posture graphic and kind of like go back and forth, because Rockstar Freddy is blocking Nightmare BB as well as RWQ. It's funny too, because I got a lot of comments on my earlier videos saying, oh man, this is fake, Nightmare BB isn't even on the screen, and it's like, okay, Rockstar Freddy is right there and Nightmare BB is to the side, our right. So you just have to be very very picky on what you see, I guess. I mean, just flash if standing up, like now, you see that? I would have to flash there. Flash done. And then you see at the top of the screen, Jaws. Can you see that? The Jaws at the top of the screen? Yeah. You hit power AC, which is the 4 key, and then you're good. I think it's either a 20 or 30 second period where the Jaws will collapse, and then if you don't hit power AC by then, you're gone. The thing is, though, the earlier you hit power AC, the shorter an attack it'll be, because you just got to get those Jaws off of the screen. So if you do that instantly, then you won't even have much of an attack at all. You just have to be sure that your music box is still running where it needs to be running, just so Chica doesn't get mad and Lefty doesn't get mad, okay? So that's just the only thing to watch out for, really, on that one. But the longer the Jaws are down, the longer you have to run the power AC, because they eventually come back out slowly. But if you let go again, then they come back down. So you have to AC the place. You got to cool it down until those Jaws are gone. So it can be annoying if you catch it late. The thing is, you don't see it during the camera. When you're in the camera, you just see it in the office. So you don't know whether those Jaws are coming down on you or not. Okay, so that's Nightmare Chica. There might be 2 Sterfs here for a second. I don't think you even saw that, so let's do that again. So basically, Bonnet would spawn in, and then 10 seconds later, you're going to see Bonnet run right to left across the screen. It's just like Sister Location. You just click on Bonnet's nose, and then that's it. So you heard the laugh, and then I click the nose, and then we're good. All right, that's Bonnet on this other one. You got Lolbit, who I think also has a 10-second delay. Lolbit, all you have to do is type in LOL. It's just a distraction. That's really about it. Very easy. You just have to move your camera off, or you have to move your hands off of the normal keys in order to hit the LOL, and that's about it. Then the next camera flip that I do, we're going to see the Minireenas, okay? So that's the whole sequence of the animatronics. I'm going to go back and check the... okay, there we go. The thing to watch out for with Minireenas, again, Phantom Freddy, because it's so hard to see. The rest aren't really that bad to see. You just kind of scroll back and forth. Watch out for Nightmarion so you're not hovering over a spot too much. 11 seconds in, XOR spawn. So we're going to expect Plushtrap to spawn in at 18. Then at 25, RWQ. Alright, there's 18. So we're good. 25, you're going to get another challenger. That's probably going to be Shadow Bonnie, RWQ. So we're going to get both here. And Plushtrap is scared off there. And then when I flip the camera, RWQ shows up. You also see Jaws with the third. That's my Nightmare Chica. So just hit Power AC. Another one shows up. That's going to be Bonnet in 10 seconds. Then just deal with everyone else. There's going to be another challenger. And that is going to be the Minireenas on the next camera flip. So Bonnet appeared. Click Bonnet's nose. We're good. Then a new challenger has appeared. That one's going to be Lolbit. In 10 seconds, you're going to see Lolbit show up, like, please stand by at, I think, 103, because, yeah, there we go. So LOL, type that. Then the next camera flip that I do, we're going to see the Minireenas, okay? So that's the whole sequence of the animatronics. I'm going to go back and check the... okay, there we go. The thing to watch out for with Minireenas, again, Phantom Freddy, because it's so hard to see. The rest aren't really that bad to see. You just kind of scroll back and forth. Watch out for Nightmarion so you're not hovering over a spot too much. I guess one more thing I should say as well. Dee Dee can spawn in secret animatronics, and I haven't seen anything where Dee Dee has spawned in anyone higher than a 10 difficulty AI. But if Dee Dee spawns in a random animatronic, like I've had a night where I had no animatronics and then RWQ is spawned in. It's just like, yay, just no background for 20 seconds. And that's it. But that's really it. Like, Dee Dee can spawn in a random character, but here, like, Dee Dee Repel is useless in 50-20 because they're all going to be spawned in anyway. And XOR is going to do the job of spawning in all the secret animatronics, all right? So I hope that clears it up. That's it. I hope that helps. Peace. God bless you.